while the Democrats are out talking about transgender abortions and paying for, free healthcare for illegal immigrants and open borders and all this stuff, Trump is out looking about as presidential as you can look. Like the most presidential thing you could do, going and meeting with foreign leaders and trying to work out a deal. Now, has some grand deal been worked out? No. Will it get worked out? Who knows? But he's trying. And as long as you're trying, that means you're probably avoiding war, right? Like people don't usually go to war with each other while you're trying to work out a deal or something like that. And so I think more power to Trump. I think it was a good move, to do that. I was happy to see it. Nothing else. You agree, Rob?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. And it seems like all the, saying how great Kim Jong-un is trying to win him over and say, hey, we don't hate you, so that you can open up the dialogue for him to, continue to be the dictator there without nukes. Yeah. And
yeah, I think you're right. What I've compared it to for a long time is like a hostage situation.
Yeah.
And that's more or less what it is. He's got a whole bunch of people who he's holding hostage against their will. And if you have a hostage situation, there's different things that you could do. Like I could certainly understand, taking the shot if you have the shot. If you can take him out and not kill any other people, sure, take him out. What you don't start doing is just shooting up the hostages, because then what's the fucking point of the whole thing that's evil about him is he has hostages. You might start negotiating with him. You might talk on the bullhorn and be like, hey, what can we do for you? And when you're negotiating with a guy who's holding hostages, you don't, you might say something like, hey, man, we understand. You're not a bad guy. I understand what you're going through. We want to talk to you. Like you might compliment him a little bit, make him feel comfortable. What you don't do is get on the bullhorn and start going, I just think it's horrible that you hold hostages. Let me just let everybody know that I don't approve of holding hostages. It's like, yeah, no, obviously I don't. Like we're working on trying to do this, but that's like it's almost so if you go there, could you imagine like you go down to like some guy who's like holding up a bank and he's got a bunch of hostages, and then somebody's on the like one of the police negotiator guy is on his bullhorn and he's like, listen, we just want to get out of here, okay? We understand you don't want to do this, you're not a bad guy. Let's talk. What do you need? You need a helicopter, you need some money, we'll get you out of here, nobody gets hurt. And you went right up to the guy and you went, wow. You're just talking to a guy who holds hostages. That's terrible. You're not even denouncing him. Like you're just, wow, you're just willing to go talk to this fucking bank robber. What a terrible, it's like, get the fuck out of here, you nuff. What are you doing here, man? It's amazing. It's still amazing to me. As much as I talk about this shit, we go over this all the fucking time. It's still amazing to me how reckless the media and political class is with shit that really matters. Like you got two people, and by the way, Donald Trump's a hostage holder too. I'm not letting the US government off the hook either. But you got two super dons of the huge mafias, the biggest mafias in the world, which are states. And they're talking. Like let them talk. That's better than two families going to war. Okay? I don't endorse any of this whole system. Governments shouldn't fucking exist. But while they do, better talk than go to war. And you'll see these people all throughout the media will undermine this just for cheap political points. And it really does make you wonder, like, what level of stupid or evil are you? That you're talking about two people who both of them, in both systems of governments, the North Korean ones and the United States of America's government, they both have nukes and they both have unilateral control over deploying them. Let's have them talk. That's not the worst thing in the world. Both of these guys can, with no oversight or process, they can just nuke people. So let's have them talk.